Hey there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever's going on in your neck of the woods. Take a pause, take five, take some time out, stop by, give me a hey. Let's get psychic. Ooh. So, the conversation today is all around you think you're psychic? Well, here's what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. You are psychic. You don't have to do anything. Well, you have to believe it. You have to be willing to flex it, to exercise it, to develop it, but you already are psychic. And the first thing you need to do is believe you're psychic. If you truly understood how you were created, boom, the energy that created you flows through you and is you. And so, if that energy is all knowing, all powerful, permeates everywhere, vibrates at a certain frequency, and it created you, why wouldn't you be it? Well, I'll tell you why, because you don't think you are. What happens is we come into this world 100% pure. We come in with the abilities and the skills that Papa had. Let's say Papa source, right? And so as we grow, as we develop, our human Papa and Mama and tribe and family of origin kind of come in there with their own beliefs, their own systems. And we're in the middle of it. And we're going, okay, well, this is where I am. I do have memory of where I was, but this is where I am. How do I, and here it is, conform? We get taught conformity is rewarded. Oh, he's just like you. Oh, he looks like you. He acts like, right. And that gives us a sense of familiarity, a sense of comfort, a sense of security, right? And that's what we're looking for. But during that process, we lose the connection home. Now, how many of you, show me, talk to me in the comments, think you're psychic? How many of you have ever had a psychic experience? Now, psychic being, you can feel, read, connect to other people's energy. How many of you have ever had that? Maybe you didn't label it psychic, but you know what I mean. Hey, George, how do we break the ego? George, that's a great question. I don't think that we ever break the ego, and here's why. Because if you think about the human, right? And we are human. First and foremost, we're energy, we're soul, but we come in here to have a human experience. The ego is so that we can experience duality, right? So there's the soul side and there's the ego side. The ego's job is to keep us anchored and safe as a soul. So we don't necessarily want to break it. We want to become aware of it, and we want to become aware of how we use it, how we employ it, how we bring it into our day-to-day strategy. Because without the ego, we won't have the whole complete picture. We want moderation, right? And we want awareness. And that's what I teach that we should be practicing. So George, psychic, yes. Daniel, absolutely. Hi, KM. I feel energy in here and know things, but don't know what to do. That's a great question, that's a great point too, KM. So you have these experiences and you don't know what to do. Well, let me share my story with you. It all started in 1996 when I went to take my life and the angels intervened. How do I know they were the angels? Because they spoke to me loud and clear. The energy in my car went like this. It filled up. I couldn't fit in my car. I said, what is going on here? And loud and clear as day, I heard, we are the angelic team you've asked for. Now, I didn't know I was asking for an angelic team, but I knew that I was traveling down a path that was very cold, very isolated, very desolate, and the ego was ruling me. And so I was crying, calling out for help, unbeknownst to me. And this is something you really should hear me say. The universe hears you. The universe constantly hears you. Okay. The number one thing you want to do so that you can communicate with the universe is you want to pay attention. You want to direct your awareness to what is happening, especially if you're going to talk to spirit. You want to pay attention to the signs, symbols, sounds, feelings, and the body sensations that happen, because spirit will talk back to you immediately. They're not going to let you hanging and let you wondering. George said it was so strange yesterday. I was walking and then I heard heavy panting like a dog. I turned around and there was nothing, but then my mind around, there was nothing, but then my mind popped. Oh, Jack, your German Shepherd. Oh my God, absolutely. See, that's it right there. But what we do is we begin to question, oh, that can't be it. Or, geez, what if what if I'm not getting this? What if I can't believe this? What if this? What if that, right? What if you just decided one day that you were going to trust what you heard, felt, and experienced? You're going to trust it. You don't have to do anything with it. Just trust it. I trust in the process. I trust in the divine wisdom that flows to me and through me. That's it. Write it on a postcard if you need to. Oh, Daniel, yay, we're talking in August. Awesome. Hi, Shelly. Also, I don't know if you guys know this, but this Thursday I have Soul Circles starting, and it is for people who are looking for practice. You're looking for a safe space. You're looking to grow. You're looking to learn from me. It's an 8-week program. It's called Soul Circles. You're working intimately with me and a very small group of other like-minded people. So if you're interested in that, it starts this Thursday for 8 weeks. Let me see if I can find the link. Let me see here. I'll post the link. I'm trying to see the link here. Who has questions for me? Is there anything that you've been thinking about or wondering about, maybe even in your development? I've had to really learn and still learning to trust myself when I get messages to pass on from spirit. I still think it's just me or them, but I'm getting better. So here's my question to you, Daniel. What's the difference between you and them? Honestly, I want you to really think about that. What's the difference? If it is loving, kind, benevolent, gentle, non-fear-based, that's spirit for sure. If it's fearful, if it scares you, if it gives you ultimatums that make your skin crawl or you go, oh, that's ego. That's not spirit. It's very, very, very simple. I wish I could afford your guidance. Oh, Dana, listen, Dana, I say this. Use the free stuff, right? I try to do as much as I can and understand that when the time is right, you will find a way to figure it out. But first and foremost, your own needs must be met. You must have your bills paid. You must have a roof over your head. You must have enough food to eat. You must be able to provide for your family. And when it's time, it will happen. Amanda, do you think I have any connections to the other side? Amanda, we all do, without exception. Without exception. Hear me say that. Write that down. We are all connected to the other side without exception. No one got excluded from that. No one. What people don't get is that they overthink, and then they go into a space of second guessing themselves. They go into a space where they start to make things up because they feel like it should be more than it is, when in reality, spirit communication is the most natural thing on the face of the earth. It's just energy. Energy never goes anywhere. Energy has a frequency to it. Have you ever just met somebody in physical life and you just vibed with them? You're just like, oh, I really like your energy. We really connect. We're constantly feeling and reading other people's energy, constantly. There's no difference if we have a physical body or we're on the other side. We're constantly doing it. I was worried about a situation happening and I could see it play in head, and then I saw it in real life. Are those psychic gifts or did I create it? So you were worried about it. So I would ask you, what does worried mean? What kind of energy were you putting around it? Watch your words carefully. You were worried about it, or it was on your mind? Were you playing out the scene over and over in your mind? Did you attract it to you? These are things that you really want to think about. George, why do people think we speak to the devil or demon or think? Because people, when they don't know what to think, I don't know, for some reason, our set point is always to go to the negative side. Mediumship especially, and let me explain to you, mediumship is solely talking to the dead, okay? So talking to the dead. Psychic is reading the energy of anything or anyone, rather. They can be living or deceased. Intuition is mostly about you. It's your own feelings, your own vibrations. And so when we talk to the other side, mediumship, over the years, over the decades, over the centuries, it's gotten a lot of stuff that's stuck to it, a lot of religious stuff, a lot of negative skepticism. In reality, it's like whisper down the alley. Oh, this is bad. This is that. This is, when in reality, there is no bad, right? It's not demon. It's not. Now, are there people that do that? I don't know, maybe, but I don't subscribe to that, and I don't put that out there. How do we find our strongest clair, please? Go to my website, veronicadrake.com. Immediately will pop up how you discover your strongest psychic or your strongest clair in under 10 minutes, and it's free. Download it and do the exercise. Hey, Sophia, I let a new friend borrow money. Is she planning on paying me back? Sophia, you may see dribs and drabs of it. Be careful with that. Hi, V. I see a lot of people and animals in my peripheral vision. Is that real spirit? Absolutely. Here's a little tip for you. When spirit comes in the room, whether it's a deceased loved one or when it's a deceased loved one or a spirit guide or an angel, a lot of times it'll be on your peripheral, like the side of you, and you'll just catch a glimpse out the side of your eye. What I suggest and what I found with research for myself is don't turn and don't look at it. I don't know why, I can't explain it, but when you just stay focused ahead and you let them be there and then talk to them, they tend to linger. Every time I've turned and gone, oh, they go away and I don't see them. So I don't know if that's helpful to you or not, but try that next time. So KM, I do have spunk, that's for sure. Hi, Christy. Hi, Dana. I keep seeing shadows of people at the corner of my eye. Yes, I just answered that question. Did I actually see a fairy last week? Thanks. Christy, I do believe in fairies, absolutely. And I do believe that they're out there. And I do believe that there are some people that are chosen to work with them. Maybe that's the realm you're most comfortable in. Christy, I would roll your sleeves up, dig in, and go learn about fairies. Hi, Christine. When will I be moving into an apartment home that has a washer and a dryer in my living space? Christine, that's all based on free will and how often or how much you want to make that happen. Putting the vibe out there, vibrating as if it's already happened. These are things you absolutely can do. These are the frequency things, but then you have to marry it with action. What are you doing to create that to happen? I sometimes see little balls of light. Is that spirit? I can't tell you 100% that spirit, but I can tell you that I see orbs that fly around. Sometimes if you're watching my videos, they fly around and they're here all the time with me. I see angels as long cylinders. But everybody's going to have their own unique vision, their own unique sightings. I don't think your eyes are going out unless you need to go to the doctor. Um, can you talk about Master 11 and what that is entailing? Tam, I don't really know about that. Master 11. Don't know about that. Can you share a little bit more? Can you give us practice techniques to get better at hearing spirits? Something to help tune out the ego, the self-doubt. So, George, number one, I said it, join if you want, and it's not going to break the bank, join Soul Circles. I tried to make it very affordable by making multiple payments. But what I'll tell you is this. Getting better at hearing spirit is learning what your own voice sounds like versus what spirit sounds like. And so if you've asked a question, right, and you have come into a space where you are shutting out your own noise, meaning you've asked the question, you're focusing on the question, and then you're willing to understand that everything that comes in will support the answer to that question. It could be a bird flying over and you could look up and you could get, oh, that means go higher with this, right? It's all about interpretation and it's all about being aware. But number one, you have to quiet the frequency of the mind. Now, I'm never going to go to the mountaintop. I'm never going to be that person that shuts her mind down. In fact, I'll tell you, that doesn't happen. I don't know of anybody that can totally shut their mind off. I mean, maybe a monk that's in a monastery and doesn't, have any outside connection. I don't know. But thus far, these 30 years on my journey, I've not been able to do it. What I can do, what I've learned to do, is to just focus on finding a connection to the answers, the frequency of the answers out in the universe. So if I ask, should I buy this car? Okay, I'll ask the question and then I'll put it out in the universe, and I'll have to understand that I need to be aware, because throughout the day, throughout the week, I could get signs or symbols, right? It could lead me to one sign that leads me to another sign. That's why this is a really life-altering process once you learn it, because you're never going to go back to making decisions the old way. You're going to just put it out there. You're not going to have oh, I got to do this now. You're going to take away that energy and you're going to calm that down once you start to trust that spirit will give you your answers. Master number, okay, numerology. By the way, I just started doing numerology reports again. I find that they're so juicy and so filled with information. I just love numerology and knowing about yourself. Myself. So the master number 11, the ones, it's really, in my opinion, it's really about magnifying the lessons of autonomy, independence, kind of accelerated growth course on how to develop your own independence, that kind of thing. I think I would have to know a little bit more of the context around it. Dana, I feel like my third eye is opening. I'm excited, but I'm worried that I'm imagining it because I want it so bad. Dana, worrying that you're imagining it is stopping it from happening. So we need to stop this language. We need to look at the language, just read what you wrote. Read what you wrote and understand that you attract everything that you're vibrating at, the frequency. I've been healing within myself and through therapy. How am I doing? Oh, Christine, how are you doing? How are you doing? I think the conversation with Sun, I'm hoping to see one with Mars. Oh, I'm curious to know what it says about us humans planning to move and live on it. George, that's a great topic. Wouldn't that be cool to interview Mars, the energy that is planet Mars? Woohoo! All right, so it's Saturday. What do you all got planned? I'm actually doing a home in-house psychic party. I'm going to someone's home. They've gathered their friends, and I'll be doing a psychic party this evening. So I've got a lot of free stuff on my site. Jump over there, sign up, register, become part of my world. And Soul Circles starts this Thursday. I am only looking for 3 or 4 people. I've got 3 or 4 in there, but I'm looking for 3 or 4. So please, if you feel this might work for you, check it out, read it. If you have questions and you want to jump on a quick private call with me, let me know. Just message me. I really want the right people in here. So I'm going to be very particular with that. All right, guys, veronicadrake.com. mediumship.com. Take care.